But. Hold on a sec. But. Welcome to another episode of the Get Hit podcast. We're gang and we're here. I'm your host, El Picante, and let's get. Actually, today, fuck the intro, but let's just get right to the show. A lot of people are wondering, actually, nobody's wondering. I have a few things to get off my chest. The first thing I want to do is that I want to talk about the Will and Jada Smith thing. I know I'm a little bit late, but it's all good. It's all good. And now that I'm even thinking about it, like, bro, shout out to Poor Man Podcast, Poor Man's Podcast. He says help a brother out special. So please help me out. Like, repost, subscribe. That's very important to me so that you get frequent updates on whatever I do. If you're interested and if it interests you, just share a brother some love. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Jada and Will thing. Honestly, I find it cringy to be talking about it because I'm not the biggest fan of celebrities. I think it's very, very stupid that one person, because of fame, is how do you call it? Is seen as more important. If it was money, I would understand because money is a transaction. That we deal with. Like, it's a form of trade. I give you notes that signifies promissory. What do you call it? On agreed upon paper. First, it used to be diaries, but now, you know what? It is what it is. I give you something in exchange for something. So money is a form of trade. You're trading paper with a promissory note for goods. So if it were like rich men like Jeff Bezos, I would give a fuck because those people are the people who could transcend and transform our society. However, I feel like the most influential people do not tend to be rich people. I mean, don't get me wrong, like they get governments to pass policies and will spend money on a lot of places. However, when it comes to the social, economic, and even economical and cultural ways of society, nobody really looks up to rich men like that. Actually, I shouldn't say rich men. I should say rich women because, sorry, rich people. Because, yeah, women are on their grind too nowadays. I just want to know, like, what makes a celebrity so different from a normal person? Like, you gotta understand, these guys are pretenders. That is what they do for work. I'm talking about celebrity actors. And actually, most celebrities, in terms of rappers and shit, not all of them are with their shits that they say they are. It makes no sense to me. How the fuck can a celebrity make more than a doctor playing a fake doctor on TV? It makes no sense. You play a fake pilot, you play a fake doctor, you play a fake lawyer, and yet you make more money than the people who are really doing the shit. Yo, what the fuck is going on, bro? Are we so intrigued that some some people who they say play characters are like are better than the real thing? Because now I'm starting to think that humans don't really care about when you're being real. They care when you pretend to be real. I'm really now starting to think about it because I am a very direct person. And I thought perhaps the directness of my tone, of my direct attitude, was more of a complimentary thing to to give to you in terms of as the logical thing to do. It cuts away the figuring out process, or you go say the conflict identification purpose because I've already told you what I'm feeling, right? However, I was advised by my girl. She was like, "Yo, like, I get you're very direct. However, nobody gives a fuck about that. You know, try to be nice. And when it resonated within me, it was like trying to be nice is me saying to myself, hey, you know how I always wanted to say fuck you to that guy? Instead of saying fuck you to that guy, I'd be like, look, I didn't like what you did. So in a more way, hide your true feelings. And I'm starting to think that human beings as a whole, we don't give a fuck about the truth. We rather see people pretend to be something they're not. We we really rather see that. It doesn't make sense to me. Why will you go to a movie? I mean, well, to answer my question, because I'm playing devil advocate for myself, the point of movies is to elude fantasies. Maybe perhaps the real life thing is not as exciting and as palatable as they pretended. Because, for example, Grey's Anatomy, all these doctors and all these sexual things, I'm like real shit. Doctors and nurses don't have time for that because some of them have blood and urine and poop in places where it's not supposed to be. You know, all the times that like the great anatomy shit, they be having sex like here. Nah, bro, I don't think it happens in the real life affairs of doctors because first of all, let's be professional. And even firefighters, like let's be professional. First of all, there's not. You know what? Let's start with doctors. First of all, in the common room that most doctors sleep in, because some doctors are overnight doctors, nobody wants to desecrate that sacred place with their semen. That's disgusting. Like, if you do that, I feel like you should be transferred because I don't think we should fire doctors unless they really do something stupid. I think you should be transferred to another hospital because it's a sacred place. Don't leave your fluids there, whether poop, semen, or pee, and even phlegms, blood. You don't leave it there because it's disgusting. So why the fuck would I think real doctors wanna fuck? And also one thing that people mistake about doctors is that most of the time they don't shower. Look, I'm not a doctor and I have no experience talking to a doctor. But I would presume that sometimes, from what I've heard, sometimes the 24-hour surgeries, the 36-hour surgery that they spend in the whole time, I don't think they take breaks to go shower and just come back and just start going back to operation. So most of the time, doctors and nurses are not the most hygienic people. I'm not saying in terms of personal, I'm talking about on a work shift because think about it. You're in a sick place, you're in an institution for sick people. People are not coming there, or most people are not coming there because they just want to laugh with you. No, most people are coming there with real problems. So I think doctors being them, I would like to think most doctors are the most sanitary people on earth because of their profession. I don't think that they would want to indulge in sexual activities that often or at all in the workplace. Like imagine like you're fucking on an operation table. It's fucking gross. You just cut someone open there. Damn, I just went on a ramble. What? This why I need a host to ground me because this is crazy. But back to what I was saying. Will and Jada Smith's issue is a pain in my ass to even be talking about it. Not a lot of people give a fuck about my opinion, which I get it. However, I'm gonna do something very cringy because I do need the views and I do need the repost. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. As a woman and as a man, I think it is important, perhaps, I think is necessary to establish roles and to know your place. I think it is important to play roles in family in families, I think healthy families have roles, identified roles within it. I don't think healthy families thrive on equality. I think healthy families thrive on equity rather than equality. As Chris Rock said, which is unfortunate for him because he got bitch slapped by Will Smith, he said, when it's time to play the tambourine, I'm going to fucking play the tambourine. There's not only a woman that has to play the tambourine. In short, which was Will Smith's slap, what Chris Paul was trying to say, sorry, Chris Rock, why did I say saying Chris Paul? What Chris Rock was trying to say was that we should identify roles in healthy families in order to preserve the nature and the integrity and the structure of families. First of all, I'd like to say that Jada Smith is a pedophile. I think she should be arrested. I 100% think she should be arrested. What she's done to August, whatever the fuck his name is one of the most disgusting things that I've ever seen. And if it were a man who did that, that guy would have gone to jail. Yo, it said that August was what do you call it? What's his son? Oh, I fuck with his song. I like Icon. How can I forget his name? Jaden Smith, yeah. Your son's best friend. How the fuck can you fuck your son's best friend? And your excuse was that, oh, I just started sleeping with him when he was 18 and 20. You're a fucking liar. You're a liar. I feel like he started sexualizing the child, even if it was not like an act of, an insertion through her vagina. I think she started sexualizing the child by giving him blowjobs and shit. This issue should be investigated, bro. The guy was taken advantage of. And I know, like, I'm like, yeah, there were some teachers that I would have liked to bang, but now that I think about it, I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Because now, yo, people don't really take this in, but you're forgetting that the teachers also grow too. So when you're growing, you are also growing. So when you become a man, you see them and they become old fucks. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck did I do to my life? Like, literally, this woman will have grandkids, and you would still be a young man, maybe in a single maybe single. Bro, if it was roles reversed, imagine if Willow, is that her the name? Yeah. How do I know all these people's name? Imagine if Willow Smith brought her best friend to their house, right? And Will Smith said, "Hey, because you're going through emotional trauma, because you're going through all these emotional issues, I'm going to have sex with you to help you with your depression." Bro, excuse me. This guy would have been canceled 100 fucking %. I would have even advocated for Will Smith to go to jail. So I'm doing the same thing for Jada Smith. Jada Pinkett. Now, I don't think you deserve to be called a Smith because you're far from it. Honestly, your attitude is pretty shitty. I think, honestly, personally, I think you're very disgusting for putting your husband's situation there. And even what you did, I think, is it today or yesterday? What you did yesterday was actually fucking disgusting. Why would you, in the midst of everything that your husband is going through, start monetizing him again and start bashing him, fam? That is why you have alopecia, bro. And I know it's no laughing matter, but you women laugh at men who are bald. So shut the fuck up. Yo, imagine that was the cure to your alopecia when you start treating Will Smith right. Ain't that a bitch? The doctors are like, oh, your alopecia has no cure. No, maybe it has a cure when you stop mistreating Will and you start treating him right. And I don't think open relationship works for you. I think you guys need some separation, bro. Will, honestly, not gonna lie, big ups to you. I know you've banged a lot of chicks in your day. You still do. However, look, as a man advocating for an open relationship, I no, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you. as a man, you advocating you for open relationships. This is why sometimes the Bible says, don't do stupid shit. Yeah, I'm here to preach, maybe. But this is why, like, a lot of religious books, even sometimes, like, a lot of religious books are like, yo, stay faithful to one woman. This is the reason why, or don't fucking marry at all. A man's heart cannot handle cheating. Unfortunately or fortunately, most women's hearts can handle their other spouse cheating. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt them, but I'm saying that, like, I'm not gonna lie, most women are built for it. Most women are built for endurance. Men are built for strength. When it comes to lifting one thing to the other place, men will do it easily. But when it comes to continue lifting the same amount, men will die. And that is the balanced men. Women are the endurance, men are the strength. So, bro, you in the moment, you advocated strength, you demonstrated strength, you could handle this. But in the long run, you don't have endurance as Jada Smith does. And honestly, I think, Will, one thing that is also fucking you up is because maybe August had a bigger dick than you. Bro, because I'm a man too. There's no reason why you should be like you should get fucked. And I know dead ass through all this open relationship that you've been in. Jada Pinkett Smith or Jada Pinkett has been taking bigger dicks than yours. And as a man, man to man, or actually you're my dad's age, so I'll say um I'll call you uncle to nephew. Yeah. As a nephew to uncle, I think and I know the insecurities that comes with dick size. And you've had 53 years of experience with it. Jada, you can't change your dick size, bro. You could alter it surgically, but it might stop functioning for a while. Jada is on the receiving end, bro. You can't change your dick length and girth. You always give the same dick. No matter what woman you meet, you always give the same dick. However, Jada has the opportunity and the privilege to be receiving different dicks and different amount of dicks and different amount of cum count. Bro, you can't compete with that. You physically cannot compete with that, Will. Mr. Will Smith, I liked iRobot. I really felt with iRobot because up to now, it's still an advanced movie, even for its time. I think it was 2003 or something. Don't quote me on that. But Jada could take multiple digs, different sizes and different quantities, bro. You will provide the same dick to every single woman you have. She will receive different dicks every time she goes outside. So you and her, who's winning? You and her, who's the relationship more profitable to? Is it to you or to her? Your uncle. I think you need separation. And it's quite sad that I'm even talking about this because, first of all, it's not my place to be talking about another family's business. However, if I start seeing shit like that pop up on my phone, whilst I don't even subscribe to your ideologies, that means it is fucking serious. Because I watch Bitcoin, I watch Sidemen, I watch Beta Squad. Actually, no, I don't really watch Sidemen. I watch Beta Squad. I watch like a full Asylum, love some of the shows. And I watch Poor Man's podcast. I mean, not all of it, some of it. Actually, I'm a fan of Netflix and those TikTok, like small TikToks, not the relationship ones, but the funny ones, right? So if I'm seeing like notifications like Jada Will Smith said Jada's birthday was the lowest point of her life, bro. Like, what the fuck? Why am I seeing this? And this bothers me because I don't want you to be going through that. And Mr. Will Smith, you looked sad as fuck. Bro, in that video, I'm not gonna lie, you looked like you were done with life. Bro, big man, don't kill yourself, bro. Don't kill yourself. All right? Don't kill yourself because of a scrawny ass woman, fam. I'm telling you, she might have been the love of your life, but right now she's the love of your downfall, bro. Bro, there's no way in hell that she's like, see you at Red Table Talks. Mr. Will Smith, this means that she doesn't give a fuck about you, your health, or the kids. Because if she did give a fuck about you, your health, or the kids' health, the first thing she would have done was shut the fuck up, not talk for a while. She wouldn't have tried to monetize her issue on her talk show Red Table Talk. That's foul, man. And I know you even knew. You're like, that's the last straw. And if she really cared about your health and your safety, she wouldn't have. And if she truly cared about your kid's life, she wouldn't have slept with your kid's best friend. And I know it's multiple times too. And I know it hurts you, bro. I know it does. That's why you made that crazy face because in iRobot, because every single time you were in iRobot, you were thinking about August Agostino fucking your wife. Because you and I know that it started from a young age, man. Your wife is a pedophile. She needs to be investigated. And August won't draw charges because he's like, oh yeah, yeah. Bro, do you know how crazy it is for a 20 something year old to fall in love with a 53 year let's say she's in her 40s, 40 or 50 something year old woman, all because she used to suck him off when he was a teen. Bro, that's foul, fam. Well, imagine that was you, bro. Imagine that was you. And I know, like, you're like, why are people talking about why? Then tell your wife or your bitch ass wife to stop monitoring. I'm sorry, but this is enough, bro. What she's doing is a bitch ass move, fam. Tell her to stop monetarizing it. It's not funny, bro. It's not funny. And I don't want to see this shit on my phone because I don't even subscribe to celebrities and shit. So why the fuck am I seeing it on my phone, bro? Now let's talk about Chinese. Damn, that sounded really bad. It's like me saying, let's talk about blackies. First of all, actually, I need to go back to the Will Smith topic because I don't feel like I'm done. I don't feel like I'm done. Mr. Will Smith, I think this episode I'm just gonna entitle Mr. Will Smith, Jada Smith is a pedophile. That's what I'm gonna say. Or maybe she's a witch, bro. Maybe did she sacrifice her hair for the witchcraft? Did she sacrifice her hair to get Why don't we call women balding? Why the fuck do we have to create fancy names for alopecia? Just say she's fucking bald, bro. Like you laugh at guys all the time, like, oh, this bald ass nigga, like this bald ass bitch. What the fuck? Like she has Sir, if I continue, I know and I understand that you don't appreciate how I'm talking about your wife because you let Chris Rock know by rocking the shit out of his right face. But you are a bitch for that. Any man who slaps another man, it's not a gangster, you're a bitch. And any man who receives it, unfortunately, belongs in the bitch category too. But for somebody that you've known for 30 years, fam, 30 fucking years, bro, I don't think that in the slightest he did deserve that, especially when all these people know about the red table talk shit. They know that your woman had August Agostino's dick in her mouth and she probably liked it. That is crazy, bro. You know that is true. Mr. Will Smith, I don't know who you're trying to save face for. I don't know, but sometimes men need ego, bro. Sometimes men need ego. Don't listen to all this shit like I'm trying to just down my ego. Just no, bro. Fuck all that. You need a little bit of ego to be a man. Don't let these women trick you and let you drop your balls like you're already doing that. Or that she peg you. That's why you're becoming a little bitch. You know, those are some of the effects of pegging. If your wife might peg you, you might become a bitch. Ask Dwight Howard, right? This guy has been pegged so many times that now he's forgotten how to play basketball because he's gay. Yeah, I'm serious. This is look, there's a reason why ancient Rome, one of the emasculating techniques was to put a turnip or a stick up your ass because it did something to a man, regardless whether you like it or not. You're like, your G spot is in your ass. No, the fuck it's not. If you give me head, if you blow me, I'm good. Ask my girl. When she does it, I can't even think. I can't even breathe. Because it's that good. She got some fire mouth and pussy too. But that's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about simple, basic shit. Mr. Will Smith, you might not appreciate how I'm talking about your lady, but she's no longer your lady, bro. She belongs to the streets. Unfortunately, she had belonged to the streets, and I think that it was probably her idea to suggest the open marriage. Bro, I understand that, Mr. Smith, I understand that as a 53-year-old, you went from seeing your mom get beat up by your dad and all that defenseless shit. And now you feel like you have to do everything in your power to make your woman happy. But I'm thinking that you chose the wrong woman to do that for. This woman claims that she was on the street selling drugs and shit. Bro, Mr. Will Smith, you were not in the street selling drugs. What you were doing is that, according to you, apparently, allegedly, you're supposed to go to MIT. You don't need a street hole when you could have an MIT bitch. What the fuck? You don't need a street hole when you could have when you could have had an MIT bitch. Bro, let her do her drugs and let her go get her alopecia shit, fam. She already been belonging to the street. You do you know one of the reasons why she was famous is because she was light skinned and she used to date Tupac. Those are like literally one of some of the reasons why she was famous. She's not all that good of an actor, or sorry, an actress. She's decent at best. And I'm not dissing it. I've seen your movies. Girls Trip, I think was your highlight. Because I think you sucked in the Matrix too. But anyway, that's just my opinion, isn't it? Right? These are basic things that I want you and I, Mr. Will Smith, to think about. Your daughters, it's probably a reason why your daughter is a lesbian, because she's like, my dad is too much of a bitch. So I'm going to fuck other women. Look, Mr. Will Smith, I think you've gone wrong in a lot of areas. First of all, you've gone wrong with thinking that men don't need ego. I beg your pardon, but you're fucking wrong. You need ego to live as a man. The problem is when your ego is overinflated, then you become a dickhead. Bro, you saying that you don't want to see your wife fuck other men is not ego, bro. It's just you stating what the fuck you want to do as a man. If I were you in that video, I would have cussed out her hair. I'd be like, yo, put that fucking phone out of my fucking face and keep the phone out of my face. Just like you told Chris Rock to keep your wife's name out of your fucking mouth. Bro, tell me how you could defend this woman and right after, she will come on the internet saying that I don't condone what you did. You literally did it for her. You sat. Look, Mr. Will, I know dead ass, and I saw it in your face that as you were walking on stage, you knew that might and that is and probably will be the end of your career, and you still did it because of a love for a street hole, bro. Tupac, Biggie, and all those big ass rappers, they rapped about this. Maybe they were talking about Jada Smith, but you don't know. Jada Pinkett, but you didn't pick up on it. They were like, don't make a street hole a housewife. You can never take a street hole and make her a housewife. You didn't hear that because her DNA is formulated and mixed in with the streets. And as such, she goes suck a dick on the street just to feel like a street hole again. Mr. Smith, please leave that witch alone. I'm not saying this because, like, bro, she's a witch, fam. She's literally like, Will Smith, think about this. You have a best-selling book. I've not bought it, but it's been on the market for about 64 months now. Consistently. You've made movies. You became, bro, I used to be in Ghana and I knew who you were. iRobot. I didn't even know you from Fresh Prince. I knew iRobot and I was like, this guy is the shit. I saw Independence Day. I'm like, this guy's the shit. Men in Black, this guy's the shit. Oh, the one with the dog. The one with the dog and the zombies. Love that shit. Right? I am what? I am legend. I am legend. Love that shit. The Pursuit of Happiness. Love that shit. Bro, you've done great. I fucked with Focus. I know you fucked Margot Robbie. I know you did because your chemistry was crazy, bro. I know you digged her down, but that's not what we're talking about. Mr. Will, like, look, you've done great things in your life, bro. And you've retired, and this is now going to be your legacy. You slapping a friend that you've known for 30 years for a joke that was not even a slappable offense. If you felt disrespected, talk to him after. Now you have this Chris Rock guy looking like a bitch because he couldn't hit you. And I've been in that position before and it feels so fucking bad. But I can't relate because Chris Rock is 10 times, like, he's at the moment, he's 100 times more famous than I am, right? And also, you did it at the Oscars where this time about 15 million people watched. So you slapped a man in front of 15 million people and that man couldn't hit you back. You made him look like a bitch and you also look like a bitch. So both of you are bitches. Either way, you set the black community back a while because you put it out there that as a black man, because all these women, all these fucking women, black women are like, oh, defending your wife, bro. I defend my girl from guns. If it's a joke, I'll talk to you. Especially if you're a friend of mine, I've known for 30 fucking years. Let's talk. Let's talk. I won't slap you. I won't humiliate you, bro. For what? For what? So that your fucking street wife, because she does belong to the street. If she's not sucking, bro, Will, when was the last time you had sex with her? Since you put all your business out, especially on the red table, when was the last time you had sex with her? You can't even admit it because you're so embarrassed. She's more out on the streets than in your bed. She doesn't even touch you. She doesn't even look at you, man. When's the last time she told you she loves you and you actually felt that she meant it? And even after the slap, I personally think that she didn't even acknowledge that you did the right thing. Because she came outside blasting you again in front of 100, bro. That stream went wild, bro. She blasted you out again because it got reposted. So let's count all the reposts. So that means it got about like what, 15 million views. Again, she blasted you again, saying that you were in the wrong for that, for protecting her honor, bro. What the fuck? Like, one man, one poison, bro. But you have one man, and this woman is like, if your wife was poison, she wouldn't be radioactive because radiation will kill you fast. If your wife was poison, right, she'd be the slowest, most painful skin rot poison Russia could ever afford because Russia does a lot of that. That is what Jada Smith is to you. Mr. Will Smith, as a young man myself, because you're an old pups, as a young man myself, if I have the common sense to say that you gotta put your hoe in your place, please see to it that you put your hoe in your place. She might be your wife, but she's turning into a fucking hoe. I want to state three things. I don't think that I want to reinstate three things. First of all, I think she's a pedophile. Second of all, I think she what do you call it? She doesn't love you anymore, bro. She's in love with your downfall. She just wants to make content and just suck you dry like a succubus. Not, and I'm not talking about it in the sexual way. I'm talking about it financially, spiritually, emotionally, bro. When was the last time you've been with her and you felt a connection to God? Bro, ask yourself this. When's the last time she actually told you she loved you and she meant it? When was the last time she didn't even try to monetize you and your feelings, bro? And as a man, I understand it's hard being vulnerable around the world. And I can't even relate because you are 200 times more famous. I knew you from iRobot when I didn't even know who the fuck Will Smith was, but I knew you from Ghana at a young age, like 9 years old, bro. I'm not talking about when it first came out because Ghana will get shit late, but yeah, I knew you. Not like personally, but I knew your face, like Smith, right? Bro, you need ego to live. As a man, you need ego to live. Don't listen to all these people telling you, oh, kill your ego is bad for you. No. No, bro. Don't kill your ego, bro. Don't. You need it. Because ego gives you the balls of life. Because as a man, you have to have the cojones to control these women. And I feel like every successful relationship has a well suited man in it, a well suited male figure in it. Because women are not just going to follow anybody. No, they'll fight back. Women are like lioness. They do all this shit. But when it comes to giving their loyalty, they only give it to the strongest. There's no lioness out there that will prefer a weak lion. No, they'll drive you out of the pack and they'll make you killed. Because weakness is pathetic. Mr. Will Smith, you're fucking weak and you're pathetic. You slapped another man. That is weak and that is pathetic. You walked off the stage. That is weak and pathetic. You should have stared him off and that would have been gangster. But you slapped him and just turned back immediately. You're a bitch. And after, if you guys look at the camera, after he looked directly into Jada's eyes for approval, and this woman said nothing. Literally, go back and look at the video. He stared directly at Jada's eyes to see what she was saying. She said nothing. In her head, she probably was like, that's it. You just slap him. No punch, no stare off. That's it. My third thing to you is that you need to stop getting pegged by her because I don't think that you do I don't think you sleep with your wife. I think she fucks your ass, man. I really do. I really, really do, man. As a respectable person like yourself, I think you should stop that. I think you should stop that because I think look. I think your wife is emasculating you so much that you have become the lesbian in this relationship. When you said open relationship, I know you've been a little bit fruity, Mr. Will. You have been a little bit of a fruit loop. You have a hole in the middle and you're so plentiful of rainbows. You become a fruit loop. I'm sorry your relationship is going this way. And I honestly, in my heart, didn't want to talk about this, but this thing just keeps popping up on my phone and I don't even subscribe to this shit. I feel so bad for you. I'm not gonna lie. You've achieved millions and you've earned other people millions of dollars, like hundreds of millions of dollars, and you have achieved hundreds of millions of dollars yourself. And yet you have a woman who just can't shut her fucking mouth, play her part as the third base or the second base to your success, and just shut the fuck up. She wants to make her own money, bro. You know why she wants to make her own money? Ask her this question. If Tupac made all this money, ask her would she know her place or she wouldn't know her place. Bro, she's a liar, fam. She's only doing this to you because she knows she could get away with it. There's no reason why a man who you claim to love your wife. There's no reason why a man who claims to love his wife so damn much like this would not decide to share his wealth. I think you're trying to share your wealth, but I think that she's so egotistical, Jada. She's so egotistical that she's like, I'm gonna make my own money and prove what? Do you know how talented she is? Do you know how talentless she is? She's so full of shit that she has to make your insecurities a major topic in order to make money for herself. All the things you told her in confidence, man. Yo, I don't want. Yo, you are my dad's age. I don't. As much as I don't want my dad's dirty laundry to be aired out, I don't want you because I'm a stranger, man. I don't want your laundry to be aired out like that. I really feel bad for you, and I'm not saying this. I really feel bad for you. And that speech that you gave on the panel of the Oscars was weak. You weren't protecting shit. You weren't protecting your family. Jada, she says she's a grown ass woman. She doesn't need no protection because all these dicks that she's been getting are plenty of protection. And I don't think she has protection on all these dicks she's been getting. I don't know. I think she has an ovarian section, like a C section. No, what do they call it? The thing that they go into your fallopian tubes and they cut it off. A cesarean section. Yeah, I think that's what they call it. I think she's already had plenty of those. So all the sperms that enter her don't get her fertilized because she doesn't use protections on those sticks, on those glizzies, on those fucking dicks. She handles and eats them up like a New Yorker trying to eat a glizzy, bro. Sneaky and loud at the same time. That's how she does it. But yo, honestly, I really feel bad for you. And I'm not even joking. Like, I hope you recover from this. I hope you grow your balls back by finding a little bit of your ego. Because honestly, I don't think that you had ego. I think that you were just broken. You don't, Mr. Will Smith, you don't know the difference between ego and being broken. You don't know the difference between ego and anger. If you knew the difference, your son would have followed suit. But your son can't tell the difference between ego and anger. So allow me to explain the difference between ego and anger to you. Ego for a man, or healthy ego for a man, is when the man feels responsible for the dealings of the family, including the wife and the kids. That implies that every single shit must be in place. I'm not saying you have to be the brains of every single operation, but you have to decide on the final say. I think that is what a man has to do, right? I think your woman makes suggestions, every part of the family, your kids brings their suggestions, they bring their idea. But ultimately, I think most of the decisions has to be carried out by the man. Because as a man, you are the head of the family. That is ego. Anger is when you feel that you're entitled to every single thing, including your wife. And when she doesn't give you that portion, you get agitated. That is anger. Don't twist ego for anger. Healthy men have healthy egos. Be a dangerous man and control your danger rather than being a weak, passive bitch and try to get dangerous. Because it's more. Listen to this. Listen to this. The Bible said this. It said, it's more likely for the strong to fall, but it's less likely for the weak to rise. Do you get what I'm trying to say? As a strong man, you could fall, you could tone it down a bit. But as a weak man, it's hard for you to get respect. And honestly, Mr. Will Smith, is going to take a while before anyone respects you again, especially if you don't leave her and find your own happiness, because I don't think you're there yet. I think you need to pursue more happiness. You see what I did there? In pursuit of happiness? Yeah. I think you just need to take your kids. Like, I sincerely and honestly, like, I'm not even joking. Take your kids, move to a country in Africa, right? Don't buy a big mansion, buy a sizable house, and try to understand life from its roots. I'm telling you 100% you wouldn't regret it. Don't Don't stay in America, man. Don't go to Europe. Don't go to a place luxurious. I'm saying that go to a place where the struggle is real and you would understand that and appreciate the effect of life. Or at least try going to India. Go see some people trying to eat garbage to survive. You're weak, man. You're a weak man. And it's quite unfortunate that you used to be one of the most entertaining characters to me. And now you're weak. Fresh Prince of Bel Air, if that character were real, I think it would be very disappointed in you because you showed no strength. And people will ask, what is strength? Strength is standing up for yourself. Strength is when you wake up, you are decisive and you look at yourself and you re-examine. Strength is self-examination. Mr. Smith, it's mostly not you. I don't know what is going on in your house, but from what your wife is saying, it's mostly her fault. It's not you. Don't don't adhere to this definition of we always have to work on you, bro. No. She has to work on herself too. She's not perfect. When she asks you for things nowadays, try saying no. If you still love your wife, say no a lot. When men say no, more times it makes them more attractive. Women don't want to admit that, but that's true. That's why women don't like nice guys. Ask her how many times Tupac said yes to her. She's like, shut up, bitch. Fuck you talking about. That's how Tupac talked to her. I'm not saying go call her a bitch, but I'm saying say no more often. Don't plan these grand gestures. It's like, where are you going today? We're going to the fucking keg. Yes. A no 5-star restaurant? No, no offense, keg. No, we're going to the keg to eat. Stop treating her like she's your world, bro. Let her earn the desire and the respect to be in your world. Don't just give it to her. Like she be giving out this pussy to other men and you be giving out to your one-sized dick to every single one because you know that she's receiving better and bigger. And I know, look, Mr. Will, I feel so bad for you because I also know that she tells you the sizable dicks and how much she enjoys them. And you just look at your penis and you're like, yo, you're fucked. You know how I know? Because she's an evil bitch. My last thing is that you guys should stop this shenanigans because I don't want this one thing coming on my phone. Anyway, Jada Pinkett should be investigated for pedophilia. I really stand by this. I think that they should go look into the early child assessments of when, and they should start asking the kids because I know that Jaden and Willow know some shit, but they haven't said it. One more thing, Jaden, you're a bitch for staying with your best friend. If you guys are still together, you're a bitch for staying with him whilst he's still dick down your mom. I don't think any best friend should want to fuck your mom. But he didn't think about fucking your mom. He actually did it. And he still is in love with your mom. Bro, I don't condone violence, but come on, bro. Are you serious? Or you can't fight him. Anyway, today I want to end. Today's episode is so crazy. I don't even want to end it with a sponsor. But thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Get Here podcast. We're on SoundCloud at Get Here Podcast. No, Get Here Podcast on YouTube at Get Here Podcast. I think on TikTok. I haven't really posted on TikTok, but I gotta check that out. I have to create an Instagram account for the Get Here Podcast. Well, I'm really tired. Sorry guys, it's 5:49 here. I love you. Thank you guys. Peace, life. Repost is very important to me. Share all this shit. on YouTube, like, subscribe to my channel, and I will be very, 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 very grateful. Thank you guys. Have a good day.